Eric.
That horrible thing about Critical Role Eric.
Roll Eric.
Roller.
We could be like Critical Role if we had a better DM, guys.
Roll Eric is what
I
I
mean,
call
look, there's
Roland
a number
Emmerich.
of reasons why we're not as good as Critical Role. That is one of them. But there are a number of reasons.
Roll Eric is what I call Roland Emmerich.
Yeah.
Oh. You guys want to check out Independence Day?
My man
Or
Roll
mid-
Eric snapped off in that one.
Speaking of Independence Day, has anyone seen The Sinner on Netflix with Bill Pullman in it?
No.
Have you seen that movie? But you haven't seen The Matrix.
Independent Midway, because that was his more recent
God.
horrible movie.
Dio may not be Bill, but he sure likes to pull men.
Bill Pullman.
God, that's
I meant pick up in like
that's
the
a little bit
English
too easy. I
sense.
think it's a little bit too
The-
on the
in
nose,
the,
maybe.
the,
It is easy for you.
oh yeah.
Pulling men, unfortunately,
Oh,
it
yeah.
is. Yeah, unfortunately, it is.
Why would that be
don't-
unfortunate? What's wrong with that?
Well, look,
Well,
I
it's
just,
unfortunate
I'm
that's so
not-
easy for him when he's a heterosexual.
He's
Uh,
Burn
yeah,
off.
It's
that's the
tragic that it's so
problem.
easy for him to pull men.
He actually
Yeah.
based
It's
Burn
true.
off of a real dude who was hitting on him, and that's why he was doing it to me.
yeah, exactly. Yep. Okay,
Kyle's been
so we're here
on it
for
the whole time.
I think this episode 6,
Yes,
6 or 7,
Sounds
6.
right.
Yeah.
6. It's 6.
And is this a new day now? Have we done Sunday yet? I don't know if we have already, but
I don't know. We've done every day but Friday, it seems.
yeah, we're getting
We
real good at
love
this.
finding new, different days to play on.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
like
yeah.
that's like this group's favorite thing. Is like
Thursday might
not-
be our most played day.
yeah.
Thursday might be our most played day for Friday Night Dice. Wednesday Night Dice, now on Fridays. Sorry.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you gotta get it right. So,
Gotta get the brand
very
right.
important because we adhere to our own schedule. So
You know they say like the most important thing for like having a stream is having like a consistent schedule, and
yeah. Yeah. Hey, honestly, at least so far, we have actually played every 2 weeks like we intended on doing.
yeah.
This is
That's-
6 weeks in a row of
Oh,
sticking
yeah.
mostly to our schedule, which is a lot better than the first campaign,
Oh yeah.
where we took a 6-month break in the middle of it almost.
And then like another 3-month break at another point.
Yep.
Yep. It was like 5. That second break was like 5 months.
Really.
Yeah.
And
Jesus.
in all honesty, that the first 7 or 8 episodes before the break feel like a separate campaign almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's 3 different campaigns to campaign 1 in my mind.
Before the first break,
Yeah.
leading
And
up
the
until
middle,
and then,
yeah.
then before we got Crab, and then after Crab.
Yeah, what was the difference between the first break and me joining? Did you do a lot?
Yeah.
I always
Yeah,
forget
we
that.
got from, like level 3 to like what?
We were
7
at
or
8, I think, when I
It's
joined.
7. You did the test at 7. We might have
Yeah.
hit 8 quick, but you came in at level 7.
It always
I can tell
kind
you.
of I just forget the fact that Crab didn't experience the first 20 sessions of the campaign.
Yeah.
He wasn't there when
Yeah.
Lantagos
Yeah,
got
Crab-
fucked.
Yeah, well, okay, so Crab joined at session 25 out of 64. So Crab was he joined earlier than I think I remember it being.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
but
that-
it's still there was some important story stuff anyway that happened in those first 25 episodes
Yeah.
that he didn't get.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the-
he definitely he jumped in pretty
Yeah.
late into the.
my
Was he there for the whole Levin thing? He was, right?
No.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
Yeah,
oh,
it-
yeah, the
it-
counter
that
spell.
was- that was like-
overlap of-
That was
Yeah.
the first story arc that we had him for.
Yeah.
Right? It was the
yeah.
well, I mean,
Yeah.
not counting being stuck in Lantagos, but getting away from Lantagos and then going.
Yeah, but
to,
he just kind of he didn't know the sort of impact of us being
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Lantagos with Windermere. But yeah, that was the first thing because then we escaped and we went east into the swamp and that's what we did, and
Yeah.
then Tidge left for a while.
Rest in peace, Tidge. Maybe we'll get him in
R.I.P.
for one session or something at some point. I hope we can, because
Yeah. Oh, but no, I was gonna say to me, it's not. That's all. after we came back, and including when Crab joined, that's still all one part to me. That's like the second act. What I mean is the third campaign is like after we took that second break and we came back in Burnsley when we were on the way from Fleetport.
Oh,
That's
like
when
after-
that was like a totally different game. When we came back, it was like completely different.
So you're saying
Fleetport,
after
yeah.
leaving Fleetport, right? Because we left Fleetport
Yep.
in the like cart or whatever,
Yeah, and
traveling
then-
to Burnsley, and then
Yep.
we took a break for like 5 months or something.
Yeah. Once we came back, that was like that was like a whole new game to me. That like totally refreshed my interest in those characters. That's kind of why when it ended, I was I was still thinking like, we could squeeze more out of these guys. Like I was
You know,
probably
our
if we
first
ended
one,
around Fleetport,
our
it
first
would've
one
been
back
fine.
after that break, wasn't that the one where Eric got blighted in the streets of Burnsley? Wasn't that all the
It
same
was pretty quick.
session?
It was.
Maybe.
I don't know if it was the same session, but it was really fast.
Where you guys met Derek the Paladin?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, it went from November 20th, and then we played again on April 16th the next year. And,
yeah, I'm pretty sure that session ended with Eric getting blighted in the street.
No, it was
Oh no, it ended because you guys got him out pretending to be the detectives, and we ended when you guys got on the boat. That Eric then threw his aborted child overboard.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
Or-
Yeah, okay, yeah, that sounds familiar.
yeah, because I remember coming back and that
It was two
first,
se- it was,
that
it was
first
two
session
sessions.
back
It was two
like
sessions.
that first session back was fucking wild. I was just like, yeah, this is it. You missed a lot of good stuff, Cruz.
You could watch the video.
I don't know, man. He was in the.
did. That last
I
thing
think he
about
was in
Eric
the
caught me off
nuttiest.
guard.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
the nuttiest we've ever had was the one he was just in, though. But he wasn't there for all of it.
Yeah, that's definitely up there. Like, I mean, Cruz is gonna get to experience a lot of stuff, but I do wish he had just been friends with us like 3
Yeah,
years ago. you
It's
know?
kind of his fault for not getting
Yeah.
roped into a
It
first-person
kinda
hockey game
is.
that he found on Reddit back in
Yeah.
2013.
Kind of.
Is that how you guys all found it?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Yes, that's how we
Well,
all met
I
each
did
other.
not the same
I didn't
year.
find it through Reddit.
yeah. I did in 2015, near the end of that year, and then I
I
started.
searched.
or-
Well, not true. I think I did find it through Reddit. I wasn't on Reddit and saw it. I searched PC hockey games, and it spiraled. And I saw Reddit. Then I went to like NHL or something, and then I think I saw one of the recruitment posts. I'm like, this looks cool, and it worked.
Dial got me with, not really. It was Claude that got me, but it was
Yeah.
Dial's community got me. The community Dial had built was recruiting, and they nabbed me because
Yeah.
the new NHL that was coming out was going to be really shitty, and I wasn't going to buy it for the first time in 8 years,
What, NHL 16?
15.
Dude, we
15?
got roasted in that recruitment thread because we posted on the EA NHL subreddit and we were like, man, doesn't NHL 15 look fucking terrible?
Yeah.
Come play
And
this
I was
game."
like, yes, and I did. And you can,
Dude, that was the last time we ever posted on that subreddit because fucking everybody there just started like flaming us in the comments, being like, "Get the fuck out! Like the game is still good. Fuck you."
it
Little did
wasn't.
they know,
15 was
you know,
so bad, and
15 sucked. 16 got a little better, and 17 was actually good, but then it got bad again. Like 17 was good, and then they fucked it again. Like they were going in the right direction, and then they lost it.
Imagine how much better their lives would be if they just listened to you.
I was top 5,000 in the goddamn world in NHL 17. I'll fight anyone in NHL 17, but you know.
put up the Tarasenko cover.
So yeah, Cruz, we all met through hockey and all joined
The
various
Tarasenko cover,
times.
baby.
I think Crab was there when I was at the start.
Yeah,
I
we
think
joined the
Hattrick was-
Dolphin post.
Yeah,
Patrick was the next, and then
Yeah.
Tony, and then Eric.
well, I think Tony and I got recruited in the same like.
But I didn't.
Red,
I didn't
but he
play the
just
game
didn't-
until
didn't
like
play
months
the
later.
leagues. He just like because I definitely like I started playing it because of the post Claude made. The
The one
So
that was
none
like,
of you
"Hey, there's
knew
no
anyone else?
multiplayer in
Yes,
NHL
I know.
15."
No, I didn't
it.
know anyone. I didn't know
No.
anyone.
Huh.
The first person I ever talked to in HQM was Tony, because I
I
joined the
definitely-
TeamSpeak. The
And
draft day.
Eric Tony wishes he had never responded.
I don't remember. Like it was. So
He
fucking
was
bizarre.
it was draft day or something, and I went into the Discord, and then it was Tony and DeBeezy.
they
I
were
think-
on. we were on Discord when you joined already?
No,
No,
yeah.
TeamSpeak.
Oh,
TeamSpeak. If I said Discord, I meant TeamSpeak.
Yeah.
okay, I was like, wow, you joined.
Man,
way
Eric joined
later.
late. He joined with one season left.
I just didn't remember when the Discord, because I remember Mo wanted to move to Discord like way before everyone
Yeah,
actually
he did. Yep.
I
Right.
was against it when we did it.
So do
Like,
was
even
I.
when we
Yeah.
did it.
Yeah,
thought it
and I was
stupid.
like, I was confused. I'm like, guys, this is a free system instead of us having to rent it.
Yeah, I thought Discord, like, I knew it was probably better, but I also knew
I
that
thought
it was
Discord
gonna
was a
literally
fucking
end the
scam.
community.
I remember Dallas saying we're gonna get viruses for doing it. I'm like, dude, it's no,
Well,
it's
early on in Discord's
Discord
history,
is so good.
they got like flagged for using like Bitcoin miners and shit on people's computers.
I could have
That
been
was a
mining
thing.
Bitcoin.
Well, people mining
For someone
Bitcoin
else.
for you.
Yeah.
Well, I could have been mining
Discord
Bitcoin for
realized
crab.
what they did. They figured out something that people have been trying to do ever since video games on the internet were a thing. Was like have a reliable voice communication thing that
pedophiles.
didn't suck. Also that.
Yeah, have a
How to
great
get
place
a
for
bunch of
pedophiles.
pedophiles to give you $10 a month.
Yeah.
How to,
That
they
was
figured out how to monetize pedophilia.
Pedophilia in a legal way. Very importantly,
In a legal way. Yeah, yeah. There we go. We found it. We found it.
Legal monetization of pedophilia. That's the
I
title of
watched
this
I watched
episode.
the video College Humor did of like the Skype
we recording?
CEO.
We are, yeah,
Yeah.
we're going right now. This is
Yeah,
all
I do
going to
the
be part of
riffing
the
though.
episode.
Yeah,
First
it's so,
riff
it's-
captured on video.
Yeah,
Oh,
we gotta get the riffing because we're
Well,
not
Kyle
live, so
joined
there's
late.
less pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's less pressure to start without the liveness of it. But I remember their College Humor made a Skype CEO during the pandemic. Like he was like, "What the fuck is Zoom?" Everyone,
Yeah.
Skype was a verb. Everyone knew what Skyping was, and yet as soon as the pandemic hit, all of you fucking clamored on over to Zoom. Like, what the fuck is Zoom?
Honestly, I had never heard of Zoom before the pandemic.
Right.
Oh
And
yeah.
he-
No one.
the whole
No
video
one
is like,
had.
how did
And
Hey,
then
Zoom
are you
do
being
it?
serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. I
Yeah, I
had
didn't
never
know
heard
it,
of
yeah.
it before.
No,
and
I
then,
never
like,
heard of
And
Zoom.
then like a
Like-
month in, people were like, "Oh, you're gonna get on this Zoom call," and I was just like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Like,
Right,
what?
exactly.
You guys
like,
need to get out more.
I
Get
know.
out,
I
get
know.
out more.
Microsoft
Get
Get out
Teams.
more. You can't be in a
Get in
Zoom call
more.
if you're getting out, Cruz. It makes no
I
fucking
knew
sense.
Teams. I knew Discord. I knew
Discord.
Skype. I knew
Omega.
Skype was shitty. Like Skype is shitty.
Chat
Sure, Skype is
Raid.
shitty. But
Slack.
like, I don't
Uh,
understand how.
What's the one for racist people?
Discord
That-
again.
Oh yeah. No, racist people who aren't pedophiles.
Oh,
Oh,
It
Mumble.
doesn't have a lot. That's like a very
Mumble,
small part.
yeah.
That's a really
I used
small
to
part
use
of the Venn
Mumble,
diagram, dude. That's a very small part of the Venn diagram.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not denying that.
Racists who aren't pedophiles are just this little.
That's yeah. There's like 10 of them.
it looks like one circle, but if you zoom in, there's a little bit
It's like
peering
10
out
of
over
them.
the edge.
But I'm not like I'm still angry at those people for being racist, but good for them for not being pedophiles. That's all I'll say.
At least, honestly,
those
if there was a
racists
tier
we talk-
list, I'd rather someone be racist than a pedophile. So
Yeah.
Well, it depends. Depends.
No.
Depends how
No.
active you are.
Yeah.
You're right, Crab.
It depends. Yeah, it
You're right,
depends
Crab.
on
That was
the praxis.
unbelievable.
The praxis there.
Depends
like,
on how active you are in the community.
an active shooter, you might say.
Oh.
Jesus.
Are you like in the NAMBLA meetings, or are you in the clan rally? Like, are you just sitting in your house?
Cruz,
Yeah,
I'm glad
just like sitting there drinking
On
a
a
beer,
scale
going
from, I
like,
don't think Trump's really that bad to going to a Klan rally. What? How racist are you? Like,
Yeah.
how much of a pedophile are you?
Yeah.
Cruz, aren't you glad you joined this D&D campaign?
So glad.
This is
Oh.
a thing. Like we gotta get the.
we're
together.
we're gonna open your eyes
Versus
to a lot
versus
of things.
buying a fucking windowless van or googling jailbait.
Oh, going on Reddit in 2013 versus windowless van. Yeah.
Good God.
that was pretty cool that like people got angry at that. Like, oh man, why'd you ban the jailbait subreddit? They didn't even have actual nudes on it, and it's like, what?
Hey, those were the first Discord Nitro users, okay?
Yeah, that's that was the first person to ever buy Discord Nitro. They needed to start somewhere.
Oh,
Why
God.
don't we make a service for all of the people who think like us?
Like-minded folks. Speaking of like-minded folks, I don't know, bad transition, but when are we gonna start this D&D game? We did the intro for 15, 20
Well, look,
minutes
I mean,
ago.
yeah, look, all of this is the intro, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
we don't need a recap. I know what
yeah,
happened.
I-
Eric
it's-
died.
Well,
Yeah, give me
I'll do a
1
real
second.
quick. I'll do a real quick
Yeah,
recap.
do
but
it.
think of it this way:
Do a recap. I'll be back in a sec.
the intro video is like it's the intro for the campaign. The riffing is the intro for the party, right?
Yeah.
Like we're introducing
This
ourselves
is kinda like-
to the.
You ever have to do like theater in school or anything? Like they do the thing in improv when like you do like the warm up where you like throw the imaginary ball to each other. You like all get on the same page. You ever have to do that in like drama class back in the day?
Yeah.
Whatever. So like it gets everybody on the same page warmed up. That's what our riffing does. Is it gets us just ready for D&D.
Agreed.
Like you couldn't just roll into D&D. You wouldn't
Yep.
like be able to find the character. We wouldn't be on the same page. Like this gets us on the same page for the session.
True, and it's important for Cruz to hear all of this as well because he needs
Yeah.
to be indoctrinated.
Yeah.
Basically.
That is the word I was thinking.
Yeah,
That is the word I would use. Or assimilated. Whatever.
Yeah, that doesn't quite have the same.
Assuming control.
Yeah, that doesn't really allow for as much.
You ever finished that game,
liberty.
fucking Tony?
Which game?
Mass Effect 2. Assuming
Nope, I haven't
direct
launched it
control.
since I was yesterday. I was looking at buying the fucking remaster though, and what stopped me was I was like, I don't want to play Mass Effect 1 again, so I didn't.
Dude, that's what gets you until you're into Mass Effect 1, then you don't mind. But at the very start, you're like, dude, this game is old.
Yeah, it was just more.
And it's not even that old, man. It's 13 years old, but like, fuck.
I play KOTOR through, and I don't really give a
The
shit.
A
older-
little
system
too old
really-
for the average Discord user. Though.
Oh,
No,
God.
I knew that was coming. A little too old. I was like, oh no, that was gonna do it.
He was trying to whip through. He was trying to get onto his next point before it could happen, but he was a little too slow on the
Yeah.
draw.
Sniped him on it. All right,
Like, I don't know.
so let's get a real quick recap in, and then we can I don't know, continue riffing or play the game. One of the two, whatever ends up happening, I suppose. But so last time you guys had wrapped things up at the fair, returning what you had left anyway of the costuming kit that had been stolen by presumably the three elves that you guys have been made aware of on numerous occasions. Nonetheless, you guys deposited those back with Shara at the fair and left to go
I'll
over.
deposit something in this, Shara. What?
Well, okay,
What?
look, Andrew, you're a little too young for that, I think.
No, he doesn't know how old I am.
A cartoon
She
bow.
she could be a cougar.
Also,
She's
I'm an
interested
elf.
in the bow.
It's really hard to tell how old I am as an elf. I can
In
pull it
fairness,
off. She doesn't know I'm.
Nobody's asked, so she might be into that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
Are you a cougar, Shara? That's our first thing we're gonna ask.
so
Do you have any
guys-
elephants? How about cougars?
It would be really Kevin for him to ask that and not understand the implication. Oh God, that gives me some ideas for the future. All right. Anyway,
No.
so you guys left everything with Shara, got paid, went off on your way to. I think originally the plan was to go see Yarrow Hamilton. I believe. Correct.
We figured that out after an hour, and then
Yeah. So that was
Took
the
one
idea.
step. we took one
Yep,
step.
You guys took one step, the farthest away from the Shire you've ever been, and saw somebody sneaking off. I forget who it was specifically. I think it was Sherm. Saw
Yeah, it
someone
was
sneaking
definitely
off over into the supply tent area where you guys had originally met with the two twin bard elves, Adkin and Eloquin, and saved them from the thugs that were holding them up, trying to basically steal whatever they could at that point in time. So heading inside there, again, I forget who went in first, but you guys found one elf who happened to also be the figure that was missing a portion of cloth from his tunic, was trying to pry open one of the trunks inside the tent itself, and you guys interfered, walked in, initiated a fight with him. Well, actually, no, you didn't.
Yeah.
You grappled him, took control of him, and were attempting to get some information out of him when his two friends showed up, and that initiated a fight between the lot of you, which did not go well for mostly Andorel and also the tent, which burned down, as Andorel was unfortunately slain in combat. So
He got better.
Yeah,
He was only
the-
mostly dead.
as the tent burned down to the ground, the elves you guys were battling escaped off through the back, and you guys tended to Andorel to try to save him in any way that you could. So you guys took him and rushed off to go find our newest friend, the cleric, Tyrael, over to his store. I think it was Kevin. You went by yourself and took him along after
He
you
took the
guys,
horse
yeah,
that
after
we
you guys
took
so kindly took a horse from
We borrowed it and
like
paid
a
him.
farmer, promised that you'd bring it back.
We haven't broken that promise yet.
Well, I
Not
didn't tie it
yet.
up.
Not yet.
Did it? Did it run
no,
away after I?
you did not
Because I
tie
didn't
it
tie it up.
You got off the horse outside of the store, and then you just went inside, and that was it.
Yeah.
Whoa, he didn't
So-
just go inside. He kicked my door in.
Oh,
Yeah, he broke
that's
the
true.
door.
That's true. Thank you for clarifying. He broke the door down because he couldn't wait for Tyrael to come downstairs to open the door for him. So, inside of Tyrael's tonics, Tyrael had to perform a somewhat impromptu ritual with the help of Kevin to attempt to bring Andorel back to life, which was, fortunately for mostly everyone involved, was successful. However, in doing so, the Nat 20 drawing of the cartoon bow was permanently scarred into Andorel's form.
No,
leaving
just a
him-
bow. The cartoon bow was not scarred into my chest.
Well, it's a bow, but we
It's
know
up
where
for
it came from.
interpretation.
it's
your
not.
nipples
It's
are
not
the
up
eyes.
for interpretation.
It's got the googly eyes.
No, it doesn't.
Anyway, so yes, you now have a scar of a bow on your body, and during the ritual, an attempt to assist magically from Kevin left him a bit changed from what he used to be, as he has now permanently become a dwarf. All of your attributes and everything, racial abilities, all of that are still the same, but you are now and for the foreseeable future a dwarf. But beyond that, everybody okay. Andorel is sitting at max level of exhaustion, which is either 4 or 5. I can't remember off the top of my head. So currently very exhausted after having been dead for about an hour. But thankfully bringing him
Wasn't an
back in
hour.
a reasonable... It was about an hour to get there and to like get out of the tent that was burning and have them
Do the
perform the
ritual.
They
ritual and
raced
everything.
right there, though. I don't think it was an hour.
We had to ride across town.
Yeah,
That's
Tyrael's
true,
Tonics
so-
was not next door, so it was a little bit of a ride. But fortunately for you, at least from what you can tell so far, there are no permanent lingering effects for you
That's
anyway.
I'm gonna have weird dreams with the Raven Queen, aren't I, Dial? You're gonna bring that in this campaign too.
That was your if the thing failed, that was your only other way back. God. Hey, by the way, I just thought of this, and it's weird that I just thought of this. What is it with my characters and being the partner in a fucking detective duo?
Yeah, the sidekick.
The sidekick of a detective. What? I think I may have learned something about myself just thinking about my character for a second there. I
I
thought about
mean,
Delver and
there-
Fudge.
I was gonna say, yeah,
That's
you
the-
basically you're now Fudge again, right?
Yeah, Fudge again. Fudge is like beyond incompetent Watson. He's not
Um,
incompetent. Fudge was
wanna-
he was competent. He was just stupid.
Do you want to explain the reference real quick for Cruz?
Oh yeah, Chris. My first character's name is Delver Fudgeson, and that's he's basically just Robin. He's literally Robin from Batman and Robin, and the Delver Fudgeson came from this series of videos I made called Delver and Fudge, which were based on Dial and me. Delver as in D and Fudge as in F flow.
Yeah,
And,
you guys did that in Call of Cthulhu. I believe you were Delver and Fudge.
Yep.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
after.
Yeah, that was
after the
yeah, that
videos.
was after it.
I
But
know,
yeah,
but-
it was originally just that thing I made in the movies. But yeah, there's a couple of those out there of this detective duo where one was serious. My idea for Delver Fudgeson was he was both of them that got fused as one in some horrible time warp thing, and I never really I just changed it into him being Robin, him being medieval Robin.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
The name didn't fit, but it was
The
hilarious.
name Delver Fudgeson is from
Well-
fucking Delver and Fudge, which is a stupid.
But in
And in that
canon,
dynamic, Fudge was supposed to be in like the original two characters, right? Fudge was supposed
Yeah.
to be the like sidekick or whatever,
He
kind
was
of like the
sidekick.
Watson
Yeah.
to Sherlock almost.
Yeah, Delver was a serious detective, like he was a hardened like 1940s
Hard-nosed,
detective,
yeah.
and Fudge was like this weird because they all
Like
take
the
place in different
Austin
eras. Like they're
Powers
like
of
yeah, he's like the
1940s
yeah.
detectives.
Yeah, well, it's because the thing is like he Delver always looks like he's in his trench coat and his hat, and he's like smoking and has his revolver, and he's concerned with the dames. But Fudge is always dressed like the era they're in. Like it takes place in the 40s and the 60s and the 80s and the present, and he's just like the modern sidekick that was never explained why he is like
Different.
part of the era, but Delver is like stuck in time. But yeah, that never got that was gonna be Delver Fudgeson. That was like my original idea was like that was his backstory because all I had was the name.
Yeah,
All I
my
had was the
character idea
name.
was Lawful Dick Paladin, which I stepped away from with how chaotic our group ended up becoming. Which was, it was my first ever D&D game. I think that one let me change my oaths either, which is stupid.
I
You
told
could've
you
broken
could
your
be an
oath.
Oathbreaker, yeah.
Yeah.
I told
That's
you
not-
could break
But
your oath.
Oathbreaker's stupid.
No, I don't think
Oathbreaker's stupid.
Oathbreaker's stupid. I think Oathbreaker actually makes more sense than some of the other oaths do.
Sure, but they become more evil. There's not a lot of
Yeah, but
You
you
have-
don't have to be like alignment is.
Despite
kinda
what the
stupid.
game said, yeah, we don't
Yeah.
really use alignment.
No. If you,
Alignment
if
is
every
the worst
character
again, I didn't
had
want to break my oath because Paylor didn't do a lot wrong. He treated me pretty well,
It's
so I
not
didn't
that
feel
Paylor-
like
it's not that he treated you poorly, but you could still lack faith because you don't see a reason for it, right? Just because it doesn't treat you poorly doesn't mean you gained anything from being a follower of him.
Yeah, you could just choose to be like, hey, it's actually I don't want to devote my life to following
Which is
this
why,
god.
yeah, which is why it would have made sense that it wouldn't be an evil character. Like alignment is stupid. If every character had to make all of their decisions based on their alignment and that was it, every character would be extremely static and very boring. It'd be predictable every time. You gotta have that character growth, like how Donovan
Or development.
grew to understand that he was gay.
the only character growth I
that's
care
still
about is,
coming apparently because I never gave in. I kissed Vern that one time, but
That was
I didn't-
step one.
And I like
Step
Yeah.
one, you need to kiss Vern on the lips.
The only character growth I care about is Elvis's and Bubba
Oh.
Hotep.
You know?
God,
The growth on his pecker.
Oh yeah.
Jesus.
That's one of the key traits.
Oh yeah.
Help
That's-
Bubba.
That's like the second.
All right,
Most
guys,
important
we
thing
are
about it.
almost an hour late to 7 o'clock start.
Look,
I would
now-
argue
now
we're
30
as soon as the
minutes.
pecker growth came in, we're right on time.
Oh yeah.
We're 30 minutes into the recording and we've accomplished nothing yet, which is perfect. That's right on cue for a normal
Yeah.
night for us. This is
Yeah,
good.
that sounds
This is
right.
good. Anyway, so yeah, that's where we're picking up with the two of you guys the dwarf, the human, and the elf in Tyrael's Tonics, and the start of what is hopefully a nice Lord of the Rings adventure for you guys. Where I believe originally the two of you, Sherm and John, were headed off to the Bard's College, I believe.
Yep.
To try to find help. Is that still what you guys are going to do, or are you turning around?
No, we're going. We don't know.
Okay, that's true. You don't know.
We think
That's true.
we think he's dead.
Okay. All right.
And I don't think we
But so
know
you're
you up there.
unironically, maybe he could find a little more help for fucking Kevin, even though you're not.
Do they
trying
still
to.
have their carrots?
I think we snacked on him on the way.
Oh yeah, we ate those carrots.
All right.
Might have
we'll get
one.
there. Yeah, we'll get there in a minute. So, all right. So with that, we're gonna pick it up back in Tyrael's Tonics for the time being, anyway. I don't know. Put on this for now. So back in Tyrael's Tonics, Andrel, you just came to a few moments ago. We just had the realization that Kevin is now a dwarf. And the feelings of exhaustion are finally starting to set in for you, understanding that this whole ordeal took a lot out of you. This is the most tired and just physically exhausted you've ever been. So with that, we'll pick up there with the three of you.
Did Andrel go back to sleep?
Yeah, I passed
Okay,
out.
You're passed out, yeah. Well, we told Sherman and John that we were gonna be here. Maybe they'll show up soon.
Maybe we went. No.
We got the cure for death. I see you found it.
What are the odds?
What time is it? Are we going to bed soon?
It's like midday.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like.
It was like
lunchtime.
noon at the start
Yeah.
of the last session, and if it's been an hour-ish.
Well, you guys had the fight too, so
Yeah.
you're looking at probably like we'll call it like 2 o'clock right now. I would say in the afternoon after all of this is done. So yeah, about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Normal day outside, decent weather. Maybe a little bit overcast.
The
Do you
sun's
have
coming
a-
up, though.
Tyrael, do you have a higher seat for me so I can make sure Andrel doesn't die in his sleep? This stool, I can't see.
Yeah, of course I do. I'll just go bring him a higher stool.
Okay. You find one that's a little bit higher, but it still only puts it so his eyes are just above the edge of the table when he's sitting in it.
Do we have some books or something?
Do I
use
have
as
any
a
like
booster?
cardboard boxes or something lying around that I can like boost him up on?
Fucking apple pie.
Yeah. So in a real kind of awkward moment where he's just kind of trying to peer up over the table and then kind of looking over at you, sort of trying to imply that you should find him a taller stool. But unfortunately for you, Tyrael, you don't have one, so you quickly rummage around, find a wooden crate that you take a bunch of empty bottles out of. You were using those for some stuff you were trying to create, but empty out this wooden crate, flip it over, put it underneath, have Kevin get off the stool, put the stool on top. The stool is now a little bit too tall for him to get on, so you're gonna have to sort of help him shimmy up.
Do I throw
after-
those bottles on the ground where all the other broken bottles from the table
I
that
mean, that's up to you.
he's laying
That's up
on
to you.
is just sitting there?
Yeah, that's up to you.
We'll pay.
Anyway,
I'll pay you
I'll
back,
help him
bro.
up. I'll help him
Yeah.
climb the stool like a ladder.
Yeah, I'm like trying to climb up on my own and like falling. You like lift me up under my armpits.
Oh no. I'm gonna put my hands together and create kind of like a foothold for you. You gotta lift yourself up.
Okay. Yeah, since we don't really know like the spell we did, I'm worried it's unstable or something. So I'll just I'll stay close to him and make sure he stays alive.
Sounds good. I'll go back upstairs and continue working, and you just give me a holler if anything
Yeah.
happens.
Do you
Oh, well.
lovingly caress my face while I'm almost dead?
I just
I'm gonna glance away as he does that. I don't want to interrupt their
Yeah.
intimate moment.
I'll wait for you to go upstairs. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know the party well enough yet to know whether or not they have like a thing going on, or if this is a one-time deal. So
Look, his friend died. I understand these things happen. Brings out emotions and feelings you didn't know about.
Oh.
that's true. That is true. Vern sort of felt that in advance. He was really worried about Donovan dying, so I think that's why they shared that moment together.
But Kevin, I feel like Kevin has like a platonic love for
Oh, yes, of
basically
course, yeah.
all
There's
living
no-
creatures. Unlike
yeah.
Vern, which was, I want to say romantic, but his idea of romance
Well, I mean, for
and mine
him,
maybe
it
differ.
would've- yeah, for him it was romantic.
Yeah,
It just And in all
understandable.
honesty, it would have been romantic for
It
everybody.
would have
if,
been.
if Donovan just
Donovan?
accepted it.
Yeah.
Donovan, I shall spit in my hand immediately.
Yeah. I don't know if a gallon of lube and a bunch of candle wax counts as romantic.
No, that was just a handful of spit.
God.
Just a handful of spit.
Hey, you know what we should do? We should make a wiki page for
New
the D&D
New
campaign.
guild name now? New guild name? Just a handful of spit.
Just a handful of spit. Oh,
That is a
boy.
good name.
That
It's
is a good
horrible, but that is good.
one. It's kind of like communal cheese wheel, though. Like, that's really.
Ugh.
I still can't believe fucking Bert did that, and then people were defending him when
I can't believe
got-
Dial defended it and named it fucking or wanted to
Me
name
and
a guild.
We're the only ones who are like, you can't just eat a block of cheese. Like,
Yeah. If I saw teeth marks in a block of cheese, I might shoot myself. Like that might be where I'm like, all right, this is
I
it.
definitely wouldn't. eat
First,
it.
I'd look for like Tom or Fury, and if
Well,
I
it
didn't
wouldn't
find
be
them, then I'd shoot myself.
There's some cheese you can eat on the block. There's some good. You guys don't live on the border of Wisconsin, obviously.
Jenny,
Yeah, I don't. do I?
Jenny from the block of cheese. Jenny's the name of the fucking festering
from the
mold
block
pile.
of
Jenny
cheese.
from the block of cheese?
Yeah.
Oh, none of that. None.
That sounds like a perfect cover or redo
Yep.
of Jenny from the block.
Yeah. Ugh.
I'll try to caress.
That's what Ben Affleck
yeah.
is doing, a redo of Jenny from
Yeah,
the block.
he's got a redo going on right now.
I'm happy for Ben Affleck. Hopefully it works out for him.
He needs a win.
Or hopefully, maybe it doesn't. He'll do entertaining stuff either way.
Yeah. It's just, man, his paparazzi pictures are the only good ones in the world.
He looks dead inside, all of them. What do you mean?
Exactly. You're watching just an A-lister die on the inside every day.
Oh no.
Okay, so you guys are at this point just gonna. So Kevin, you're just gonna watch Andorel, right?
Yeah, I'm like a old lady sitting next to her husband on her deathbed.
Oh,
It's an interesting way to describe it.
well, that's
Yeah.
an upsetting.
is-
That's upsetting imagery.
That sure is one of the ways you could have described that.
I mean, from what I can tell, does he look stable, Dial, or does he look like
you
he's
can
still
medicine
in?
check on him.
Okay.
He's died. He died.
He's
Yeah,
dead
I'm like what 4 levels of exhaustion? You said.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're the max level, which is either 4 or 5. I don't remember which.
Well, there's 6, and 6 is dead.
Well, okay, so he's
Fi-
5.
I
5
wiggle my
is speed
fingers.
reduced to 0. Oh man, he can't even move. That's 5. He's got 5 days of sleep. Oh no.
I mean, he just died. Like,
Yeah.
he literally was at.
I mean, no, it
level
makes sense. I'm
6,
just gonna say, like,
so-
he's in like
Yeah.
2 days from now, maybe tomorrow, he'll be like walking with a cane, but like he can't fight. We can't get in another fight with him.
Maybe
Oh, well.
we can get him some sort of potion that'll take the exhaustion away or something.
Yeah,
Well, good thing we're in a potion shop.
A potion of stamina. There you go.
Yeah.
Good thing we're in the Tyrael's
because it's like one level of exhaustion is like really bad to have, but like I'm like, yeah, 5 speed reduced, so and it takes over all the other ones from the previous levels. Speed reduced to 0, hit point maximum halved, disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws, speed halved, and then disadvantage on ability checks is the first level of exhaustion. He's gonna have to sleep for 4 days to just have disadvantage on everything he does.
It's gonna turn out the exhaustion potions were the stuff I threw on the ground to put on the table.
I rolled in D20, so I'll just say no.
It's a-
Okay,
it's
that's
a
so you look to
potion-
see if he's stable.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you reach down, listen to his heartbeat for a little bit, try to get a read on the sort of cadence of his breathing, and it seems like he's okay. It doesn't seem like his heart's struggling. It doesn't seem like he's struggling.
So I don't
to,
check his pulse, the most basic of
well,
medicine abilities.
I mean, if his heart is beating, he has a pulse, right?
Fair. Okay, just checking.
So yeah, you're checking that for like irregular heartbeat, stuff like that too, and going through all of that, he seems to be totally fine. So you take out the little armband, wrap it around him nice and tight, start squeezing the little knob on the end of the tube to check his blood
Oh,
pressure.
you can't be doing that. That's not okay.
I thought Kevin was just touching his forehead.
No, this isn't Kevin. This is Tyrael.
Oh, one of
If it
them's
was
touching
Kevin,
his
that's what Kevin
forehead,
would be doing. But Tyrael
Yeah.
is actually like a
squeezing his
doctor,
little
so-
knob. I don't like any of that.
Sounds
I'll
your
like
average-
start reaching over to like
sounds like your average
check his
Discord
pulse.
user.
forget I'm on
Oh,
a
yeah.
stool.
All right, so yeah,
Fall
so-
off the stool. Oh no.
It hit my head on the table and I'm dead now.
Well, good thing we're going to get another.
Yeah. We're going to find somebody who can revive someone. We come back and have to bring back a different guy.
Henderil,
dead dwarf,
Henderil's
yeah.
been back. Kevin's the dead one.
Andrel's fine. I'm laying there like my whole body's limp. I've never felt so bad in my life.
Okay, so Tyrael and Kevin, is there anything else you guys want to do while you wait?
No, I'm good.
You're gonna do the detention dance from the Breakfast Club while they wait.
One time I wanted to I found a software that was like a rotoscoping thing, and it would have made it easier, and I wanted to draw over that Breakfast Club scene with the original Campaign 1 characters. But it was super janky. It was super janky. But if it had worked, it would have been nuts.
No, that would have been so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who are you gonna make who?
I'd have to look at it again. I think
Because
Delver was gonna be Molly Ringwald.
oh
And I
yeah.
think Marcus was gonna be Ali Sheedy.
Brother
I can't remember. I think
James is definitely Emilio
Jock.
Estevez.
yeah, that's I think Donovan was gonna be
Andrew?
Anthony
Oh,
Michael Hall.
Oh yeah,
there.
that's yeah.
And then I don't remember. Maybe Henry was no. I think Marcus was gonna be Bender, and I think Henry
Yeah.
was gonna be Ali Sheedy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I missed Tidge.
I miss Tidge too.
Yeah.
Which I miss Henry.
True, that's true.
I might miss Henry. Like I miss Tidge, but I might miss Henry more than all the other characters. Just having Henry is he's such a chipper fellow, you know. Anyway, sorry,
Okay,
unrelated. Just out of breakfast.
All right, so the rest of you guys aren't going to. Well, you two aren't going
Yeah.
to do anything
I'm just gonna sit here
and just watch.
staring at him.
Tyrael, what is it you originally said you were going to do before you were doing the medicine check on him?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
What was it that you said you were originally going to do before you
Oh,
started
I
doing
was
the
just gonna
medicine?
go back upstairs, and I'm assuming it's the middle of the day, so I'm working, just making potions or whatnot.
Okay. Do you want to do the potion making thing we talked about?
Yeah, sure. How do you want to do it?
Man, I forget what we said the rules were going to be for that.
I don't think we decided.
Okay. Go. Do you have something specific in mind that you're trying to create, or are
Well,
you
I
just...
do now.
Okay. What is it you're trying to create?
What is it we were talking about earlier? An exhaustion?
Oh yeah, to
or,
cure some of his exhaustion.
yeah.
I got it. It's this powdered substance. It cures your exhaustion.
Maybe we call it like cocaine or something
Yeah.
like that.
Go guide them.
Now.
Give us some G Fuel.
Yeah. Oh, fucking rub some G Fuel on his gums.
Let's get right into the news. You know, I definitely will never buy G Fuel just because Keemstar was one of their first people that promoted it.
Good
And
enough
that's
reason to-
literally the reason.
Good enough.
I just realized we have it's like poetry and rhymes moment now. Is campaign 1 and campaign 2. I stare at Eric while he sleeps.
Yep.
The
Stare
difference
it
is you're not sleeping with your eyes open this time.
Yeah.
That does kind of suck that he can't just sleep with his eyes open.
anymore.
Yeah. Yet.
Okay, so, Cruz, there's one potion that you are aware of that does reduce levels of exhaustion. There are 3 ways in total to do it. 1 is greater restoration, 2 is sleeping and getting a long rest, and then 3 is something called the Potion of Vitality, which you've seen only once before when your previous master was here and running the shop. It's a very red-looking fluid, similar in nature and appearance to what a health potion or healing potion would look like, but it's a little bit more crimson than that. And the actual potion itself has sort of a faint glow to it that pulses almost like a heartbeat.
Okay.
So is that's what you're trying to do, right? Is craft something
Yes,
to
sir.
that extent?
Yep.
Okay. So why don't you go ahead and give me a history check, and we'll see what notes of any you could find from your previous master here about how to craft such a potion. Okay.
Gumbo.
Okay.
You want to
so
do
you-
a little crowd that is something that part.
Okay. Anyway, all right. So you go through and find you find your list of notes that you have, and specifically flipping through it to get to the section about specific potions. Earlier, you were taking a look at a similar set of notes, but with regard to casting spells and stuff. So here you bring out your alchemical supplies, I guess would be the apt name for that. And you do find a recipe for a potion of vitality, but it does call for a handful of things that you don't have here in your shop. A number of the components of it are fairly rare and a little bit more difficult to acquire.
So they're not necessarily things that I could go around the market or other places of the city and pick up or buy.
You could, but a lot of these aren't regularly or a handful of these aren't regularly utilized ingredients for things. These are things that would pretty much only be used by an alchemist. Really, nobody else is going to make use of this.
And I don't have them.
No, you don't have them on top or on your in your shop right now.
Okay, I'll pass this information along to Kevin, letting him know that I think that this would help Andy on the table. But I don't necessarily have all of the components required to make said potion.
Stuff we can get within 4 days. Or-
Can we order
Right.
it same day delivery?
yeah. Where's
I
Jeff Bezos?
look at the voice in the sky and wait for a response.
So
Jeff.
the two things that you're missing are brittle lungwort and
Ooh.
pale rasula are the names of the two herbs that you're currently missing. One of them is actually a fungus. The other one is like a herbal plant.
What are the names of those?
It's brittle lungwort and
Okay.
pale rasula.
Okay.
I'll hold on one second. I'll put it in.
I
there.
took a stab at spelling them. I mean,
Yeah, I'll type out the names in our journal here. So pale rasula is the flower. It's like the herbal plant, and then brittle lungwort is the fungus. It's similar in appearance to like a mushroom or mushroom caps.
I'll show you something that's similar in appearance to a mushroom.
I'll show you something that's brittle and long with a wart.
brittle
right?
is
So
what I
I
think
said
is really funny about that.
Yeah, like brittle. Hold on.
Okay, so
What's wrong with that? See,
do
What's wrong with that?
give me another history check. Since you have your notes from your master, you can do it at advantage, I suppose. But give me another history check in terms of understanding what the origins of these would be, and therefore how difficult they would be to acquire.
Am I rolling for this?
Yes, yeah, this is
Yep.
you. Yep.
Okay, and what type of roll did you say it was?
This will be another
History.
history check.
He said it was at advantage.
American history checks.
Yeah, you can do it at advantage because you have your notes with you. So it's a matter of this is basically, were you smart enough originally when you were taught this to write down the origin of these things, or no? So we're gonna.
Is there a
find
way
that
to
out
roll
right now.
twice, or do I
There's
just...
a little
You just
check.
do the roll twice. I
Yeah,
think
or you can just do it twice.
Yeah,
Oh, he doesn't have a guy, and yeah,
yeah, exactly.
just do it twice.
Which, speaking of that, by the way, Cruz, after this is over, or sometime like this week anyway, we need to make a Hero Forge character of your guy.
Okay.
So
I
you
rolled
can have
twice.
Okay.
15.
Okay, yeah. So you do know enough about where you would get these specifics in terms of like location, not necessarily, but brittle lungwort comes from the Underdark. Actually, is the place it's most commonly found. It can be grown and cultivated in like the right environment inside, but you need like a cool dark area that is. You need it to be damp enough too, that there's enough like humidity in the air for it to be able to draw in water from the air around it. You don't water it directly. It does typically grow on like rocks and hard surfaces like that, so the roots aren't buried in the earth and drawing water from there. So it pulls all of its water from the like photosynthesis or whatever that it does. I don't know what the equivalent of that would be in this circumstance, but you understand what I mean.
It's not photosynthesis.
Yeah, I know it's not photosynthesis, but I'm saying like whatever the equivalent of that would be.
Yeah, close enough. That's
Whatever.
still
It's the
still
D&D world.
photo-
If you say it's photosynthesis, it's photosynthesis.
I'm saying that from like table talk, your perspective.
Yeah.
It's you know.
Yeah.
So anyway, whatever.
Okay. This information along to
The
Kevin.
pale rasula is an herbal plant that only grows in swamp areas or swampy regions, like a bog or something like that.
something swampy region. Ha 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 ha. There we go.
I'll update my my messages in the channel so that we have that written somewhere for you guys. Oh my god, Tony, that other picture you sent me.
On the newest one. That's in the new intro.
I can't wait to see the new intro. Hopefully we'll have that for the next session. Anyway,
It might
okay.
take me 2 more weeks.
Yeah, that's okay. All right, so with all that said, that's I think all the context that I can give you right now, based on your rolls anyway. That's what you're able to glean from the notes you have and what you remember.
Okay, so I pass along that information to Kevin. and kind of see what his response is.
We'll we could wait till he wakes up and see how tired he is, and then we can, and hopefully Sherman and John will be back by then, I guess.
Sounds good.
They've
So
both been killed.
Basically, Andoril is drunk, and we need to get him some red Gatorade. So
Pretty much.
The Bard's College is doing their best Chauncey Billups impression on John right now.
Well, if you guys are all set here at Tyrael's Tonics, we'll jump over to the two of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, so with that, we will head over to the two of you who were headed off on foot all the way over to Belshire South to go back to the Bardic College where John trained when he was younger.
Well,
This-
a few years
Not
younger.
much. Yeah, like,
5 years ago, maybe at the most, when he probably.
I mean, hey,
don't
it's
know.
true. It's true, right? It's still true.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, so it will take you a good hour to get over there from Salusa Park where you were. It's not a short trip over.
So we're sort of it's the right time. Like there's no time jump here.
Yeah, there's no time jump here.
Yeah.
It's gonna be around the same time chronologically.
Yeah, like as right now. Like
yeah,
this what we just
as
did.
the time
Okay.
that you guys roll up on the
Okay.
the Bardic
Yeah.
College here.
That's fine. It's just funny.
So you guys arrive, and it's a fairly intricate looking building, as a lot of the buildings over here are. This is definitely the, I don't want to say touristy portion of the city, but this is where the Temple of Saloon is. This is where the academic university and a number of the colleges are, with the exception of the Mages College, which is over in Mira's Point. So a very academic portion of the city, focused on study, religion, all sorts of those things, and it does draw in a number of people from outside the city to come see some of these things. There's a giant, beautiful statue of Saloon here in the middle of this square that you guys are in right now, and the Bard's College is over to the right of the square as you enter, and you would enter from, if I can ping on the map, right, where that road meets that other road is sort of this bigger area, and a lot of the colleges are sort of on this side here and an arc around this way, and then there's a couple more over here.
All right.
And since we're back in the city, I should actually change the music up. Hold on a second.
All the same.
Okay, cool. All right, so you guys roll up. I assume on your way you guys finished off your carrots that you
Yeah,
acquired.
it gave us power.
Yes.
How much did you pay for the carrots?
nothing.
Oh,
Yeah, if I remember correctly, he didn't pay anything for the carrots.
I gave the guy 5 gold to use his horse, and then I said, "Can I have some carrots too?" And he was like, "You're asking for quite a lot here," and I just grabbed a couple carrots and ran. So I sort of
sure-
stole them, but I feel like I overpaid for the horse.
yeah.
So
Probably.
I mean, in fairness, you might not be bringing the horse back. So
yeah, I may have underpaid for the horse and
Oh, yeah, we
stolen carrots.
we
didn't
yet
check on the
again
horse.
didn't go check for the horse when we were at Tyrael's Tonics a moment ago. So
I'm just praying that when we get there, we're gonna walk by the horse.
There's just,
It's long gone.
John, there's a pile of horse refuse in front of this building.
Sherman, there's a big trail of horse blood leading off this way. What do you make of it?
Those goddamn dogs are back again.
The hellhounds.
I think,
Mr.
I think we best kill a few more dogs, old friend.
Oh God.
Okay, so as the clock in the background strikes 2, perfect timing.
Oh.
2 o'clock
Ding,
in the
ding.
afternoon, you guys are here in the square, and John, you are leading
prob-
Sherm over in the direction of the Bard's College here.
We're probably so if it took us an hour, we're like in a rush, but we're not quite in the panic we were like an hour. Like, okay, it's been an hour. He's probably gonna stay dead. Like,
I mean,
we're probably
you guys
too
are,
late.
You guys are still decently
Yeah.
panicked, right? I mean, this is not
Yeah.
like a
No, we're
good
panicked. I'm just
thing.
saying, but we're not like it's not like we're sprinting like oh we're out of breath. It's kind of like okay. We've probably had an hour to collect ourselves
Yeah,
and
it's a
think.
controlled,
Yeah,
not
controlled
panic,
panic
but
we're in.
controlled worry, controlled concern. How about that? Controlled.
Yeah, we're
concern.
in a hurry still.
Yeah,
We're in a hurry, but we are probably a little sharper than we were an hour ago in terms of what.
a little more with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're starting to share your favorite Andorel stories.
Remember that time
Sherman,
you
do-
showed up
yeah,
outside of our?
Sherman, do you remember when we met him yesterday? or the first time we went to the circus with him? Or the second time up until he died?
No,
I like the first time we went to the circus with him a little better than the second.
I can't say that I recall that, old friend.
What do you mean? It was yesterday,
It was yesterday and today.
and you recall everything.
He does have he has a perfect memory, but he cannot recall Andorel. Extremely forgettable fellow. So
I
forgettable.
die.
The man that meant forget forgot.
I die on the table.
Ice on the
No,
table. Oh god. Kevin remembers. It's all that matters. Anyway, okay, Chubin. So wait, where are we? Are we on like the campus?
So it's not a campus. It's just one building that's here facing this the square that you're in right now. So
Now,
the only thing that has more of a campus would be the academic university, and also the Temple of Saloon is in its own sort of area that's off to the side a bit here. That has like a like a lawn area around it that's a bit more what's the word I'm looking for? Well taken care of. It's got like grass, some trees in it, and whatnot. It stands out a bit more against the building after building after building that's here in the square area right now.
oh, I guess we'll go right into the Bard's College building. I'm sure, I'm sure my character, not me, but like he would have an idea of somebody in particular, some high up he could go to here with this, right? Like he has an idea of somebody, like, or at least where the offices would be, where somebody very knowledgeable and trained in magic would be.
Yes. Yeah, you would. I mean, you'd know of a few people that you trained under or trained alongside that would potentially be there. Is there a certain type of person you're like? Are you looking for a past instructor? Are you looking for
if you would, if this is because we haven't really talked about like too much. I wrote one in the backstory. I had one idea of a past instructor, but I'm not even sure if that guy. Like, I'm just wondering. John is looking for like he's probably specifically looking for the most powerful mage, you know, to call a bard, just any spellcast, like the most powerful spellcaster that he would possibly know of. And I just assume like he it would probably be here. I don't know if that would be specifically his teacher or if it would be somebody who runs the place. Like I'm not sure.
Headmaster Dumbledore of the city.
Yeah, if he's looking for Dumbledore, if he's looking for Snape, I don't know, but
And Potter.
water.
Okay,
give me a history check then. Let's see if you remember
Okay.
who that would be.
Well, while Sherman sees John thinking,
Roll a natural one. I
While
can't.
Sherman sees John.
is this the
thinking,
Bard's College?
he puts
John
his-
walks up and he goes, "I have no recollection of this place."
Sherman puts his hand on John's shoulder and says, "Well, old friend, I think you'll have to do the talking this time."
As long as you do the remembering. Sherman, I think I was drunk through most of my college days.
Same, dude.
Hmm.
What an irresponsible way to go through school. Why would one do that? Why would one specific person?
John remembers the evening with the halfling woman. And
Oh.
oh yeah,
Oh, yes. I remember someone.
definitely someone of appropriate size and.
Oh.
John made
It,
some
it looks
mistakes
like
in
the
his
gerbil
life.
with the banana. If
John
I'm
made some mistakes in his life to become the distinguished individual he is today. It was a road to get there. Okay, so you don't remember specifically who would be like the best for that. So your mind takes you back to your instructor who provided most of your training here at the Bard School, which was Durlan.
Derlin, yeah. The only Sherman, the only mentor I could recall at all is the one I had the best relationship with, which was Derlin. He I don't know if he has the means of resurrection, but he may know someone.
The
I say we
Means of
try him first.
Resurrection sounds like a 80s heavy metal band.
I was gonna say that sounds like a band.
album. Yeah.
Means of Resurrection would be a good name for a session title.
The means of resurrection belong to the people.
Yeah.
Seize
I
the
was
means of
just thinking
resurrection.
that.
Seize the means of resurrection.
Who's Reza?
Oh no.
No, none of
Rez.
that. Who's
Reza's
Reza?
what?
John, be appropriate.
That's a no way. All right.
Really?
Yeah.
At a time like this.
When we're looking to get our friend up, you're making cracks.
Reza was trying to get his friend up.
All right. So with that, you step inside, and as you step in, your ears are filled with the sounds of music. Here, as there are a number of you're in the main like hall area in the middle, and there are a number of different rooms off to the side. A couple auditoriums here that are slightly larger and meant to house performances, and then a number of smaller ones that are more meant for individual teachings or sort of group sessions. You remember that Durlan's office was sort of back a ways down the hall, back to the right.
Okay.
I just imagine the hallways just full of bards with the small audience all playing Wonderwall.
Yeah. Like you gotta walk by a dude with a lute every step, and there's like two people watching each one. There's two girls watching each one.
Yeah, you ruined the joke I was gonna make, but that's alright.
Sorry.
Sorry.
It's okay. I was just gonna say you walk into his office and he's saying, "So anyway, here's Wonderwall." So
this
you walk
is
down
where
the-
Sherman grabs the dude's loot, bashes into a million people. Sorry.
Speaking of Ted Lasso, I love the karaoke, and it just immediately cuts to them singing Wonderwall.
Yeah. That is great.
All right. So as you walk down the hallway here, there are a number of individuals here, mostly humans and elves. Occasionally, you'll see like a halfling or something like that. But yeah, the majority of these people are humans, elves, or in some
half-thing?
cases, half thing. Yeah.
I think it's a half thing.
John can only fit half of his thing in that halfling.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh no.
She was 98 years old. I was 22.
we're talking about the
Why am
hog
I
of-
the bad guy?
We're talking about the hog of Belshire South now.
Oh no. John's nickname in college. Ugh.
Why would
The
he have that
hog.
nickname before he got into business with fucking... Before that, why would that
That's
be
why
his
he grew,
nickname?
that's why he grew the mustache.
If anything, his name should already be just the Hound of Belshire South for what he was doing to that halfling.
Oh,
Oh, Jesus.
Oh man.
Anyway, okay, so
Dude, this is the best riff we've gone tangent we've gone on in a while. Those were like 3 or 4 solid ones in a row that were just horrible.
They weren't as solid as John, though.
Oh,
That's for sure. Okay, so yeah,
Okay.
walking down the hall. there,
He was pushing rope. He was drunk.
fucking, that phrase is just so good.
Pushing rope into a 98-year-old halfling.
Oh. There's so much wrong about that sentence.
It's just a combination of everything we've said so far.
Yeah.
Well, just to sum it up.
Summation,
To
if you will.
sum, to
A
sum up.
summation.
Oh god. Oh, by the way, Dial, I'm missing a shitload of health.
Sorry,
I
only
didn't
half
write
of
it
his
in. I
rope.
don't know how much because I put it in the bar.
Cruz,
So
you
like,
need
if we
to
get
add
into
to
combat,
this.
you'll need to load the old one so I can see how much.
I
Because I
need
think
to
I have
what?
like
Okay,
7
yeah,
You
health.
need to add to the tangent, Cruz. You need your own part of this horrible, horrible thing we're creating.
I'm content just to be a witness.
John, you were at 4 out of 17.
Oh, 4.
Just like half of the fraternity, Cruz. Just like half of the fraternity. What?
Sherman is at 7 out of 15. Andrel is at 1 out of 17. And Kevin is at 18 out of 18.
Nice job, Kevin. Did the carrot heal me any? It's like
It-
Skyrim.
Sure, you got 1 health back. You're
I got 5 health now.
You can't let it. You can't let him. You can't let him use that mechanic. He'll just start eating carrots in the
I
middle of
won't.
combat.
You can't eat it in the. It took an hour to
How do you
kick
think
in.
Terry stays at full health?
That is true. All right.
Anyway, okay, so yeah, you don't recognize much of anybody here at the college at this point, but that's not too surprising. You would have graduated, yeah, probably like 5 years ago. So you're not overly familiar with a lot of the students that are here anyway. But you don't recognize any instructors as you go down. Each person, when they get there, is typically evaluated and sort of approved by one of the instructors. So you'll go through in your application to the Bard's College, you go through a number of different, we'll call them interviews, performances, tests, with a number of different instructors, and if one of them takes a liking to you or thinks that you have potential, they'll take you under their wing, and that's what happened with you and Durland. So you had some interactions with a number of other professors, but they were mostly fleeting, and you didn't really develop a whole lot of formal relationships or friendships with them.
This is like so this is like the only one I have an actual relationship with.
Just want you guys to know.
Again, you might have been introduced to another one,
Yeah, but
or
no,
two, and a number of the professors will go to various performances that are put on by the individual students. So a lot of the times, each instructor, professor, interchangeable word. I'm going to use both.
This guy's
so
probably
just so you know.
probably more on the
Um,
diplomatic side than the musical side. Then, from what
Yes,
his-
he's
yeah,
less. Yeah, he's less musical and more about poetry and writing ballads, stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Our
Which-
ballads.
Yeah, our balance.
Which is
I just want you guys to know that when Dial said he wasn't familiar with the students 5 years later, I was gonna say, well, that's not true. He was grooming them like 5
Oh.
years before, but
No.
God. Anyway, so yeah, you would have gone through a number of musical interviews to sort of gauge your musical prowess, your ability to read music, perform an instrument that you may have picked up when you were younger, stuff like that. That didn't go super well for you, so, but you hit it out pretty well with Durland, who was very impressed with your ability to storytell and recount stories that you had experienced or seen previously. He's one of the few professors here or instructors that focuses on that, whereas most of the rest of them are a bit more musically inclined. So in the case of the musically inclined ones anyway, typically what would happen is there would be, each instructor would put on every semester, there would be a performance from all of his students, and you guys would perform for the college as a whole, and it would be this like big ordeal thing to sort of show off your improvement to the rest of the professors and to the rest of the students as well that were there. For you guys that were writing, it would be more like a reading of what it is that you had written. So again, like a ballad, poem, stuff like that. Kind of like, poetry slam night.
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of like that.
Did it not?
So
be
it was
that?
really cool.
It was really. It was really only the cool people did
Yeah.
it.
Anyway, okay, so that's sort of a frame of reference for you about what your experience would have been like.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay, so on your way back to the office, yeah, you don't pass anybody that you recognize, and you get there to his office door, in which you know that he has a desk to the left-hand side that he would do most of his writing on, but he also had two chairs, two nicer, like actual, like padded chairs for sitting and reading long-term in. And you remember coming into his office to go over the works that you had written, and the two of you would sit in those chairs next to each other as he would look over what it is that you had, and you would read it out loud. And one of the things that he would practice with you too is your enunciation of words, your ability to read it in a not necessarily dramatic fashion, but in a proper fashion, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the pronunciation and enunciations have failed along the way. I sort of leveled out at the Keanu Reeves level of the accent.
You're grooming. You were coming into his office.
Actually,
Jesus.
John can speak in several. He can speak in the American accent and some other ones. That's what
And
he was
some
taught.
other ones.
Yeah, some other unfortunate ones.
Oh no.
But he just chooses not. He speaks with his normal, broken English accent.
No, that's the one he's not allowed to do is the broken English.
Oh. I won't. He won't. I won't do it. John will,
yeah.
but I won't.
John.
Yeah, no one's asking you to.
Well, I'm about to ask him to do his best impression of an early '90s Asian shop owner in the middle of the LA riots. Do that.
Oh, well, of course. That was the monologue I did at school. I need a volunteer and a
Not
rifle.
pronouncing the hard R correctly, John.
But but the hate is really in there. You can really hear the
Land
hate.
the R like it's land it.
God.
Take it home.
Take it home. All right, yeah, I'll barge right in the room, regardless of if he's and look right to his desk on the left.
Okay, so you walk up to the door, and as you get in, there's a window in the door here, so you can see.
Yeah.
He's sitting in the chair with a student in there, which is a young female elf, appears to be the case.
Okay.
Brandy old man.
I come flying into the room.
Okay. Right. So you come flying in, and he looks up at you.
Darling.
Hello,
Yeah,
John.
yes, darling. I need you. This is important. This is very
Kevin
important.
Hobbs, I'm charmed, I'm sure.
Yeah, you just come in and start looking around his office. As you do when you
just
enter
start
somebody's
taking
office.
his
Taking
cane
stuff
and, like,
up.
poking through
Yeah.
books and
Yeah.
stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Hmm.
That's what he does when he enters an
Oh,
office.
yeah.
Yeah, naturally, of course, naturally.
No, we have something of great importance. It can't wait. It's waited too long. In fact.
He looks a little
I
bewildered.
see.
About
You're,
the short shorts I made you wear. It was
I see you with the
What's that
student.
sort of
Ma'am,
contention?
nice to meet you. Would you please kindly go?
She looks over at Derlin, who is a bit bewildered at the moment, but nods. Yes. Malerla, please give me a few moments. You can wait for me outside in the hall. I shall come get you. And she sort of
Of course,
nods.
that's your contention. You're some first-year grad student.
fucking up my
Just-
my vibe
You
right
just
now.
got finished reading some Marxian historian, Pete Garrison, probably. You're gonna be convinced of that until next month when you get to James.
Sherman, quit following her into the hall. She's trying to walk away from the conversation.
Malerla
Stop
looks-
predicting her interests.
Malerla looks very disturbed by the whole ordeal at the moment.
Layla, down, 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 down.
Got me on my feet, Layla.
Layla.
She makes her way outside into the hallway, clutching her notebook to her chest here as she's visibly uncomfortable with, with what's going on at the moment.
Sorry,
But
ma'am.
she steps
Very important matters.
outside, making a wide berth around the two of you. Yes, John,
I closed the
Please.
door.
and he motions for you to sit as he's eyeing Sherm
Are
in
those
the
the-
background.
Are those the good chairs? Sherman, these are the ones I was telling you about.
You slept in during class?
No, this is just for the meetings with Derlin. Those were the
Ah.
other chairs. They weren't as comfortable.
If only there was something more important you need to talk to him about.
Ah, yes, of course. Derlin, this grave matters. So, as you may know, if you read the letter I sent to you trying to get the drift ball program started here at the school, I never heard back, by the way. That's not important. That's not why I'm here.
It's
But
important.
Well,
It is, well, it is important. Yes, it is very important, but that's not why I'm here. But I've taken up a job with the local investigator, Sherman Hobbs. He's quite incredible, bit of a genius, quite honestly. But a fellow came to our attention with a plot to assassinate the what he called the prince. What is he?
Prince.
Yeah.
The crown prince.
Crown
I was thinking
Prince.
regent, and I know that's the queen, but she is. But the crown prince. And we followed it, investigated, and lo and behold, he was telling the truth. We came across the would-be assassins, and they killed our friend. I guess the one who hired us. Friend seems a little like we're rushing things.
I mean, I'd like to consider him a friend, but I don't.
Yeah, I like him just fine, but friend?
I mean, he's dead now.
Yeah, well, he's not much of anything to anyone right now because he is dead. But he's also very important to the story, if you will, that I'm writing about these events as we investigate.
Have you been reading his
No.
novels, his novellas of adventures? They're quite good.
Yes, I have
I
said.
certainly have. And Sherman, as
Sher-
you're rummaging
Sher-
through the
Sherman
stuff
insight.
on his desk, you
Yeah,
you
I'm
find-
excited.
So that's fine. Go ahead and roll it. As you're rummaging through the desk, you do find the letter that John sent over regarding Driftball. So he has it here. He didn't like throw it away or anything. It is here in his desk. Anyway,
Natural 10.
yes.
Love to see it.
Yeah,
it
you
does
do
seem
love
like
to see
he's
that.
telling the truth. And as he continues, I did read your Hound of Belshire South. I have to say it was quite a work. I was impressed. The way you
Well,
captured the emotion that you were clearly feeling as the and silly me, I assume this is
Yes,
the man
this
you
is
were
it.
writing about, yes?
Yes, he's the one who shot the dog. Yes.
Ah, yes, yes.
I loved when you described that scene of you pushing rope into a halfling woman.
That didn't go into that one.
Yeah,
You're not allowed to write about that in books.
book.
Yeah, no,
That
that's
got
a
cut by
different
the
book.
editor.
Yeah, that's
Snyder
under a
cut.
pen name.
That's
That's,
yeah. That one's that's a draft and it's on a shelf
That's-
Kevin can't reach.
That's under John's pen name. That's a combination of his and Sherlock's names. His pen name is John Holmes.
No,
Yeah.
no. That was too easy.
That was too easy.
I can't believe that was there all along.
Oh god. You know what was a missed opportunity for a character is Warlock Holmes.
No.
That definitely has
No.
been missed. Someone has definitely done
Oh
that.
yeah. No way. You can't do. That's too easy.
John, you have a very distinctive style, one which I'm glad you've seemed to hone. Quite iconic passages from your writing. What was it? Oh, now, my dear Watterson, let's see about this hound from hell, shall we?
Oh yeah.
The
You
way
got the
you-
fucking PDF open. You motherfucker. Yeah.
The way you captured it was just wonderful. I have to say, I was quite a fan, honestly.
Oh, well, thank you. That means a lot, and I'd like to talk about it. So I think we should for the next few minutes.
Well,
But no.
it seems as though you have
wait.
a bit of a predicament on your hands, though.
Yes.
I will say, didn't we discuss that you want the story to happen naturally? You don't want to influence the story. You want to write about what it was that occurred.
Yes, exactly. Showman, this is good stuff. It's a free lesson. I graduated. I'm still learning from them. I'm still stealing
You
information from them.
graduated?
Yes. Oh wait.
What?
I'm a little hazy on the final.
You get night classes. Did you tell them that you were getting work experience from me? Because I didn't sign any papers, and you've been forging.
This was the internship he needed to graduate.
He needed 3 credits to graduate.
Yeah.
The worker.
I'll go back and finish one of these days.
I tell you what, old friend, I'll make you a forgery that's even better than any degree that they could make you here.
I'll get you a degree from Columbia.
What
Yeah.
you're learning from me is more. No,
Well,
no
now
offense,
I need one
sir.
from America.
No,
Yeah,
no offense.
yes.
I literally watched the pilot today.
Yeah.
I
I
watched
thought,
it
you had,
today.
I thought you had a bachelor's from Columbia. Well, now I need one from America.
America.
What I'm teaching you is worth much more than what you're learning in this. What you were learning in this.
Yes.
No offense. This little place. These books. The Gordon Wood. The Gordon Gecko.
Yes, he is a bit like gay Michael Douglas, I suppose.
Mm.
Not so much like the real Michael Douglas. That's one for Hatrick, and
Oh,
that's
yeah.
it. Anyway, Dylan, my main predicament here, before I totally forget, because it has been, and I check, I say I check my watch, I check Sherman to get the exact amount of time. It's been since the time of death, which he would know.
Yeah, it's about
Look at
2:15 at this point, so you're looking at
Oh, like-
about an hour and 15, hour and
Yeah.
20 minutes. He would have died right around 1 o'clock.
Okay, an hour and 16 minutes and 42 seconds, as Sherman just stated. It's been that long since his death, and I know death and all that, and don't tamper with, and it's the will of the gods, maybe, but come on, we really need to bring him back. He very much has unfinished business.
I love that all of this has no real purpose because I'm already alive.
Yeah.
We don't know
That
that.
makes it better.
John, if I understand this correctly, you're asking if I can help you resurrect someone?
Yes, who's been
Yes.
dead for an hour and
An hour.
17 minutes
An hour
and
and
22,
change.
23 seconds. Sherman's writing it out. He's a human watch. He's got a piece of paper and he's drawing the hands.
Do you have like a look that is just
Yeah.
like, tell me the time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He points his eyes. His eyes go in what his left eye is the hour hand and his right eye is the minute hand.
Wow, that is magic that is beyond my ability to.
I thought
So-
maybe, but you must know someone who can help me. Someone
Here
who
at the
has,
school?
or around the town.
And within a reasonable distance.
Yeah, within a reasonable distance. I can't afford to go on an adventure that'll take weeks, as the assailants, after they killed him, got away.
So he
I
was
stabbed one of those men, and he ran past me as if I had done nothing to him.
They were quite powerful, as I'm sure you could, infer. Oh, also, I'm
must-
bleeding on your chair. I am severely wounded.
Yes. Please. Here.
Please
and
don't
he
do that.
Hands you like a handkerchief to try to
Yeah.
wrap over it, like a.
You have
Okay,
prestidigitation.
I
You have
lift up my shirt and put it on one hole, and there's just a different one on the other side, gushing blood too.
He looks at that one. It's just like a ooh.
Yeah.
It's like spraying.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Like Peter Griffin from Family Guy.
Yeah.
Ooh.
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 Yes, it
Uh,
hurts bad.
Yes, I imagine. Though I must say, this should make for a tantalizing story, John.
Assuming I'm not killed before I can write it.
Do you believe you're still in danger? Have you gone to the guards about this?
Well, we went to the guards first, and they weren't particularly helpful.
Did
One
you
of our
talk to them about
companions
the
is
plot to kill the prince?
Oh, yes, they are concerned about several plots to kill the prince. Apparently, it's a real popular event going on right now. What with the,
I mean, yes, the
coronation coming up.
is bound to bring in a number of people from the surrounding areas. I mean, it's an
Yes,
important event in our city's history.
Yes, well, we'll probably take another stab at the guards. They'll probably disregard it
Phrasing.
again. Oh, yes.
Phrasing.
Yes, a wordy stab at the guards. What am I, a writer? Oh, yes.
Yes.
As I taught you, John,
Oh, that's right.
words can pierce sharper than that of any weapon.
Well, yes,
No,
but
you.
they use fireballs. That's what killed our friend.
Ah, yes, that magic is not a weapon. At least not in the same sense of the phrase I was providing there. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, well.
Yes.
As far as resurrection is concerned, I suppose you could go speak to the headmaster of the college.
There's this guy named Tyrael at Tyrael's Tonics.
He's the most magically inclined individual I hear at this school. I doubt he could perform a ritual such as that, but...
Well,
the
I
best-
need the most powerful person I can find. It's worth a shot.
the best lead I could provide for you, I suppose.
Yes. Well, okay. Where is his office? Is he in?
Yes, I shall take you over to his office. We'll see if
Perfect.
he's here at the moment.
All right. Do we just follow him?
Yeah, he
Okay.
leads you back.
While we're walking, I go. So, anything new with you? And I'm like rubbing my mustache. I've grown in the time since having left the college.
He doesn't recognize it.
Oh,
Sorry to say, John.
all right.
Um,
Fine. I like it. That's all that matters.
so he leads you down over, and as he's going, responds to your question. I mean, we've had a number of new students coming in and out, but for the most part, things have remained the same. Unfortunately, the longer time goes, the less and less people seem to appreciate the writing elements of the fine arts. So many people are just enthralled by music.
Cover
and-
songs.
I mean, I can't blame them. You know, I understand, but
Wonderwall's good. What?
Yeah,
You can't
Wonderwall
take it
is
away from
good.
them. I wish I didn't have to hear it, but it is good.
unfortunately, just don't get the same number of students as I used to. Certainly not the same quality lately either. Unfortunately, it's been a bit more of a challenge, but
You know,
Looking at John.
I know a boy that could use some guidance if I could find him. He may be talented, may not be. Probably be a horrible student. Never mind. Forget about Terry. Forget I said anything about Terry.
okay, I shall forget that you mentioned this Terrence.
Yes.
Terrence
No
would
one said
know
Terrence. No one said Terrence. Just Terrence. Whatever.
It's fine.
Andrew wakes up
Young
with like a fucking. His name is Terry, not
Yeah,
Terrence.
Kevin's got to hold you down until you
It's
pass
okay.
out.
It's okay, Terry.
It's
okay.
Terry.
It's okay. It's okay. Go back to bed.
Just most of Kevin's job is wiping the blood from his nose.
Someone needs to do it.
That's Vern's primary job. At this point, Donovan is in a fucking vegetative state, and is just nose bleeding every time somebody breaks the fourth wall anywhere, and he's just repeating it. Vern's just gotta spoon feed him and clean the blood. That's campaign 3.
Just
It's
caretaking.
just like
Donovan.
it's like an Ang Lee movie.
Fuck.
You know
Campaign
the one.
Campaign 3 is going to be
The one.
somebody else DMing, and I'm going to be playing as Vern.
Oh yeah. You need to do the Gaston voice for her.
God, I don't know if I can pull that off. I have
Hello,
to practice
Eric.
Vern is
Eric
just like,
VM and not the fictional character, Donovan. It's I, Vern. I've
Vern
come
is
to
just
the real
this
world.
huge, muscled out freak now, 10 years
I mean-
later. He's
Oh,
just
yeah.
like a. Yeah, obviously.
Vern was
like,
pretty
bodybuilder.
built. He wasn't
Yeah.
like a fucking weak individual. He was
Oh.
pretty built. And he was
Yeah.
very much had the sort of like, not Prince Charming appearance, but he's a good looking guy, so.
Donovan, he really screwed it up.
Eric, the real person and not the fictional character.
And I'm
Donovan.
sure he had money. He had an expensive suit of armor when he came over.
Oh, yeah,
He
he
had
did. Yeah.
He had his own boat.
Yeah.
He turned down a guy with a
That's,
boat.
That's a good point. Vern's going to have to come back, and he's going to have songs this time.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
I'm going to need to adapt the Gaston song
I've
to be
heard this
about Vern.
Lyrical genius of a song. Today is gonna be the day that you never talk back.
he's
to
the one who
you.
wrote it. He wrote it about. He's got all those Oasis songs. He
I
wrote them all
know.
about Donovan. So Donnie can wait. He knows it's too late.
Okay, so you're led down to the headmaster's office, and the door itself is open.
Headmaster.
I was gonna say somebody else's nickname was the headmaster.
In college,
Yeah.
and that was Vern. Anyway, so you roll up to the headmaster's office, and he's standing inside, pacing back and forth at the moment as he's currently reading over something in his hands. And Derlin knocks on the door as the headmaster doesn't notice right away that you guys are there. Excuse me, Theodos? And he turns, yes, Derlin. Hello, sorry, I lost in thought these days. What can I help you with? And Derlin turns to point at you. One of my previous students is in need of some assistance. I'll leave it at that. John, I must return to my student,
Yes.
by all means.
Tell her that I said she's derivative and Gordon Wood is not proper.
He's well read.
Okay, so Derlin steps out of the room and leaves the two of you inside.
What was this
shutting the
guy's
door
name?
behind you.
Theoden?
Theodos.
Theodos.
It's a human,
Okay.
not an elf.
Theodos. Alright. Yes, John Watterson. This is Sherman Hobbs, detective.
John Watterson, the Independent.
Yes. Yeah. John Watterson, you may have read some of my works. Hound of Belcher South. Others.
I won't even lie. That's the one.
That's
The
the
name-
if you know me, it's from that.
The name sounds vaguely familiar, though I assume that's because you were a student here previously.
Yes. That could also be where you may know me from. Knowing me isn't important. What is important? We're investigators. We were hired to investigate a plot against the Crown Prince. The assassins. We found them, and they killed our link to the quest. The man who came to us with it, and we really the link to the quest. Eh? We
Quest
really
Lord
need to bring him back
failed
to
right
life. We need powerful magic, the most powerful magic we can.
With what exactly?
Well, Andorel, he's the one who brought the quest to our attention. He's very interlinked in this. and he is crucial to the saving of the Crown Prince. He was killed, and his body, as far as we know, as long as it made it, should be at a tonic shop across town.
At a tonic shop.
Yes, Tyrael's Tonics. Is that what it's called?
Yes, that is the name
Okay,
of it.
I thought that's what it's called. Yeah.
Yes, it is, John.
Thank you. I was only there once, under that name at least.
Okay. So, are you seeking assistance bringing him back?
Yes, and by assistance, I'm seeking a means to bring him back.
Okay. I'd say this is quite the request.
I know, and I wouldn't bring it to somebody who's obviously extremely busy. I wouldn't bring it to you if it wasn't of the utmost importance to the realm.
I mean, I can perform a greater restoration.
Will that do it?
It might. Let's bring this man
Yes.
here and see if this will.
It's worth a shot.
Okay. Bring the body here whenever you can, and I will
Come with
attempt
us.
to see to it that I can. I'm afraid I can't leave right now. I have a lot
Okay,
going
cool.
on, but if you come back here with the body, I will do what I can, and hopefully that helps.
Okay. Well, we'll bring it as soon as possible. It may be some time before we're able to bring it back, but it will be as soon as we can, maybe within 2 hours.
Sounds good to me. I will see if I can open up some time in my schedule for that.
Okay, thank you very much.
Be quick about it.
Yes. All right, Shaman, let's go.
Away!
We just walk. We just walk.
Yeah, just regular.
Yeah.
Away!
Away. Walk at like leisure pace out the fucking door.
Yeah. But Sherman is going.
Yeah.
Like he's making horse noises.
Yeah.
It's not picking up.
Oh, do you have the thing on too, where it's only picking up your voice now?
I think so.
No, that works. All right. Yeah, we're going. When we if we walk outside, can I hail a taxi, a carriage to taxi us around? Those probably don't exist here.
There are carriages that will take you typically out of the city, not so much within the city. The concept of public transport inside of the city is not one that is.
Shaman, doesn't public transport seem like a great idea?
It'll never pick up. No one will ever go for that.
Somewhere across the world, Delver and James are sitting there. They're running like it's a man-made kit. James is like gonna pull a rickshaw. Is the plan that they're coming up with to transport drift ball teams city to city?
Jesus.
Guess we can just fade in and out. Hour later, we're back.
Yeah, whatever.
I
We'll
remember
just
when
go
this-
unless we're gonna run into something. We'll just get fucking running through town.
Okay, so with that, this is a good time for us to take a quick break. We'll probably be able to play for about an hour, a little bit more when we get back around there. I think
4 hours,
should be
perfect.
a reasonable time. Obviously, it is a work night for all of us, so.
Well,
All of
Well,
us.
I mean, it's Tony Whisper hours are going to be coming up here soon, so
That's work.
it's kind of work, yeah.
all right, sounds good then. I'll go.
I love
refill
how
my
much
water.
we've accomplished and not accomplished in this session.
We would have accomplished stuff if you were still dead, maybe.
Exactly.
Well,
What we're
we'll be
doing,
able
the
to-
thing is, I've never we didn't do this with the last campaign a lot, or we're actively doing stuff that has no effect over anything.
That we know has.
Yeah.
I like it.
Well, with
I like it.
like the greater restoration, we'll be able to remove some exhaustion.
Oh yeah, that's true. if
do
we
that,
bring me
or we
over.
can try to
That's
cure
true.
the
I won't be.
dwarfism.
Yeah, exactly. There's a couple things here. Getting on the headmaster's good side was a good play. I just the whole premise of what he's trying to do is not there.
We're gonna come to him with something totally different. Like we're coming back to him with not that.
Okay, I'll be back in a sec.
Okay. We will
Uh,
return soon.